I'm Annie, and I'm here today at the Appleton Museum of Art to talk about this collection of ceramic pieces next to me. The collection is titled Gourd-Shaped Vessels, and they were made by John Tilton in the 1980s and 1990s. They all have the same idea of something plucked directly from nature, but they all go about expressing that idea in very different ways. For simplicity, I'll be referring to them by their primary color, from left to right as you see them: beige, white, brown, and green. All of these ceramic pieces have a very natural look to them, not just in their shape, but also in their coloring. From a distance, the speckles on the white and green gourds look like the paint is just chipped away. Upon closer inspection, the speckles appear more like mold or bacteria under a microscope. Now, even though the speckles on the brown gourd also resemble mold or fungi, they appear more on the top of the base color instead of looking like it's chipped from underneath the glaze. The mold-like speckles on these gourds are caused by the crystalline glaze John Tilton personally makes. With the goal of making these pieces seem like they were naturally formed, John carves them to be extremely smooth. He attempts to remove all traces of his hand in their creation. The only evidence of his presence is a spiraling line on the side of the green gourd from the tool he used to shape them. Hardly visible, but still there. The result of the glazing makes these pieces more resemblant of something naturally occurring. Anywhere you look in nature, you won't find anything that's just a flat color or even just an ombre. There is always some form of imperfection that gives it that little spark of life, a little hint of personality. I can bet you've never seen a leaf without any tonal shifts, or a sky of one flat color without any ombre effects. Looking at these pieces, you can't help but get a feeling of whimsy and wonder. Patterns on the white gourd speckles resemble nautilus shells. While the pattern is not normally found on gourds, it is a pattern and color scheme that is plucked directly from nature. The cream tones on the white gourd make it look like the paint or the surface of the gourd has been chipped away or rubbed off. This makes this piece feel more aged, like it has a story to tell, adding to that sense of whimsy and wonder. What could this gourd possibly have been through to get here? My mind imagines a gourd rolling around in the bottom of an old pirate ship, rocking with the waves. The nautilus pattern in the speckles definitely had a hand in guiding my mind there, as well as the rubbed off paint. The ombre on the green gourd, complete with the beige line at the top, separating to the lighter tones, makes that piece resemble that of bamboo. I can almost imagine someone using a big knife to cut down that oddly shaped bamboo shoot. The beige gourd looks like wood turned on a lathe, and the lid makes this piece look like it was cut directly from the branch of a calabash tree. For those who don't know, calabash is the name of the tree that grows bottle gourds, the shape in which most of these resemble. The brown gourd speckles resemble in shape the fungi that grows on the oak trees around here, and the coloring and glossy glaze is very similar to that of a cowrie shell. The interior coloring of that piece matches the interior of the cowrie shell, and the exterior color matches, but the speckles are a bit different. Despite these pieces being man-made and ceramic, their natural and realistic look opens the imagination to explore the possibilities of the stories these gourds could tell. If these walls could talk, right? Or, I guess, in this case, gourds. I think with the idea that all of these were plucked directly from somewhere in nature, it fits that the white and brown gourds have a glossy glaze, since they both resemble something taken from the ocean. And the green gourd has a matte glaze because the aspect of nature it resembles appears matte. I think it would also support this idea of all of these being naturally formed if the beige gourd had some sort of a matte glaze. But it also is the only one that looks like it had some form of human interaction to get it to look the way it does. Aside from the shape and texture of the lid, which looks very natural, the body looks like it was carved on a lathe from a piece of knotted willow. The glossy glaze makes this piece look like it was carved, then coated in polyurethane or some other form of wood sealant, driving in this idea that it is in fact human-made. All of these pieces are very beautiful, and every time I look at them, I get this very positive feeling. Not just whimsy and wonder, but something more, and kind of hard to explain. The The artist uses all aspects of these pieces to create this positive feeling and to ignite our imaginations. Once again, this collection is titled Gourd-Shaped Vessels, and they were created by John Tilton. Thank you so much for joining me in my analysis of these pieces.